Welcome to the CISO Daily Update.
ADT disclosed a data breach that impacted more than 30,000 customers. ADT disclosed a data breach that compromised data on over 30,000 customers, exposing emails, addresses, and user IDs. The breach occurred after threat actors gained unauthorized access to customer order databases. ADT asserts that home security systems and sensitive financial data were not compromised. Upon detection, the company shut down the access, launched an investigation with cybersecurity experts, and notified affected customers, a small fraction of its 6 million user base. ADT does not anticipate significant operational or financial impacts from the breach. Their investigation is ongoing. ServiceWorks discloses data breach after 2023 cyberattack. Major commercial laundry services provider ServiceWorks disclosed a data breach after a 2023 cyberattack exposed the personal information of an unspecified number of individuals. The breach was active from September 2023 to February 2024 and detected on February 4, 2024. Exposed data includes names, contact details, government IDs, financial information, health data, and in some cases, children's information. CSC is offering affected individuals free credit monitoring and has enhanced system security to prevent future breaches. The company is also working to notify those impacted. Iranian hackers ramping up U.S. election interference, Microsoft warns. According to new research from Microsoft, Iranian hackers increase their efforts to tamper with the approaching U.S. election. The study reveals attempts to infiltrate an unknown presidential candidate's campaign, as well as construction of fake news websites aimed at both conservative and liberal supporters. These actions are part of a larger disinformation campaign aimed at inciting violence and disruption and are consistent with warnings from U.S. intelligence regarding Tehran's goals. One group associated with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps even attempted to spearfish a high-ranking campaign official. Donald Trump's campaign says its emails were hacked. Microsoft's report highlights increasing Iranian and Russian cyber activities targeting U.S. elections. Donald Trump's presidential campaign reported a hack, attributing it to foreign sources hostile to the United States, with a focus on potential Iranian involvement. The claim follows a Microsoft report detailing foreign interference in the 2024 U.S. elections, including Iranian attempts at phishing high-ranking officials. While Iran denied involvement, it has a history of cyber operations and retaliatory threats. The campaign's documents, including research on Trump's vice presidential nominee, were leaked by an anonymous source. Malware force installs Chrome extensions on 300,000 browsers, patches DLLs. A widespread malware campaign affected over 300,000 browsers, including Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. Discovered by Reason Labs, this malware force installs malicious extensions to hijack search queries, modify homepages, and steal browsing history. The malware evades detection by antivirus tools and persists by modifying browser DLLs and registry entries. Victims need to remove scheduled tasks, registry entries, and malicious files and may consider reinstalling their browsers to fully eliminate the threat. The extensions, which include names like Custom Search Bar and Simple New Tab, have been removed from their respective stores. Hackers returned $12 million taken during Ronin network breach. Hackers returned $12 million stolen from the Ronin gaming blockchain after exploiting a vulnerability in the bridge component, a critical part of the network. The Ronin blockchain, best known for supporting the popular game Axie Infinity, was previously targeted in a massive 2022 breach attributed to the Lazarus Group, which resulted in a $625 million loss. In this recent incident, the hackers withdrew 4,000 Ethereum and 2 million USD coin, but returned the funds after a brief negotiation, earning a $500,000 bounty for their good faith. The bridge remains paused while Ronin investigates and plans to enhance its security. Researchers uncovered 10 flaws in Google's file transfer tool QuickShare. Researchers discovered 10 vulnerabilities in Google's QuickShare utility that may be abused to perform remote code execution on devices running the software. The vulnerabilities affect both Windows and Android and include remote denial of service issues, unauthorized file writes, directory traversal, and forced Wi-Fi connections. When these issues are coupled, attackers might remotely write files, crash the app, redirect traffic, and execute arbitrary code. Google resolved these issues in QuickShare version 1.0.1724.0, which is tracked under CVE 2024 38.271 and 72. Microsoft warns of unpatched Office vulnerability leading to data exposure. Microsoft disclosed a zero-day vulnerability in Office CVE 2024-38-200, which could lead to unauthorized data exposure. This spoofing flaw affects multiple Office versions, including Office 2016, Office LTSC 2021, Office 2019, and Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise. Exploitation requires users to open a malicious file via a link typically shared through email or messaging. While a patch is expected on August 13th, Microsoft has implemented a temporary fix and recommended additional mitigation strategies, such as restricting NTLM traffic and blocking TCP 445 SMB. The vulnerability has a CVSS score of 7.5 with an exploitation less likely assessment. New AMD SinkClose flaw helps install nearly undetectable malware. AMD's new high-severity vulnerability, SinkClose CVE 2023-31315, affects multiple generations of EPYC, Ryzen, and Threadripper processors. It allows attackers with kernel-level Ring 0 access to Elevate to Ring -2 privileges, the highest level used for system management mode. This enables nearly undetectable malware installation as Ring -2 is isolated from the operating system. The flaw was discovered by IO Active and has gone undetected for nearly 20 years. It has the ability to let attackers disable security features. AMD released mitigations for some CPUs, but further fixes are pending. Vulnerability allowed eavesdropping via Sonos smart speakers. At Black Hat USA 2024, NCC Group revealed vulnerabilities in Sonos smart speakers, including a flaw allowing remote code execution and eavesdropping, CVE 2023-5809. This vulnerability affects Sonos One speakers and enables attackers within Wi-Fi range to gain control, record audio, and exfiltrate it. Sonos issued an advisory on August 1st, and patches have been available since last year. The flaw was linked to improper validation during WPA2 handshake negotiations. Additional issues with the Sonos Era 100 secure boot were also identified, enabling persistently elevated code execution. NCC Group released a white paper and video demonstrating the exploit. Shorter TLS certificate lifespans expected to complicate management efforts. The move to shorter TLS certificate lifespans, especially Google's proposal to reduce them to 90 days, is expected to complicate certificate management for organizations with many security leaders fearing increased outages and chaos. While 76% recognize the security benefits, 77% feel unprepared for the shift. Challenges include delayed deployments, as only 8% fully automate certificate management, and TLS certificates numbers are growing due to digital transformation. The transition to post-quantum cryptography is also seen as daunting, with concerns over speed, scale, and cost. Malware-as-a-Service and Ransomware-as-a-Service lower barriers for cybercriminals. The rise of Malware-as-a-Service and Ransomware-as-a-Service is making it easier for less experienced cybercriminals to launch complex attacks. These subscription-based tools provide pre-made malware and phishing templates, lowering the barrier to entry for attackers. This trend reinforces the need for adaptive, AI-driven security measures that can detect and respond to evolving threats in real time. The most common threats identified include information-stealing malware, Trojans, and remote access Trojans. Additionally, phishing remains a major concern, with many bypassing traditional email security measures.
Thanks for listening. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter at CISOheadlines.com. Until next time, stay curious.